Now, from Hollywood to music videos to video games, guns have become a mainstay of American culture. And as we have been discussing after the tragedy in Colorado, there has been an outpouring of sympathy for the victims from Americans nationwide, but very little discussion about the restriction of individual gun ownership in the interest of public safety. So CCTV's Ginger Vaughn set out to find out why Americans have such a love affair with guns.
The U.S. has some of the most lax gun laws in the world, with gun laws varying from state to state. And Texas is one of the most lenient, with millions of gun lovers and owners across the state. The state requires no permit or registration, and only a license to carry a concealed firearm. So why do Texans love their guns so much?
I don't wake up every morning wanting to go hurt people. I just want to have something to protect my family and my belongings. If the situation arises where somebody wants to try to take them or harm me and my family. There has been a time when I didn't have it. And you just kind of feel helpless. What do you do when somebody else has one and you don't?
Aaron Abernathy, a concealed handgun instructor at Spring Gun and Ammo near Houston, says it's about civil liberties.
The Second Amendment's the Second Amendment. It's there, it's law. And you can say what you want about it, and I know we've had all this constitutional discussion over the last several years as far as how valid is it. It's the law. So when you pass gun laws, all they do is restrict me and make it harder for me to protect myself and my family from the criminal elements out there.
Meanwhile, General Manager of the Arms Room Gun Shop and Shooting Range, Travis James, says the main issue isn't a legal one. It's about tradition, fun, and being part of a community.
I think the biggest problem with guns is that taboo. They've been criminalized. Guns can be used for all sorts of different activities. Family shooting. I grew up shooting with my family. Not necessarily hunting, but I took that and got into competitive shooting and various other facets of the industry as a whole. It's a community, just like volleyball or baseball or anything else. It's a community of people like-minded individuals. It's not necessarily about personal protection, which is one facet of it, but it's all in all, it's about the shooting sports community as a whole, and furthering and educating people on that is what's most important.
James says with the right instruction, anyone can learn how to shoot safely for sport and competition.
For first-timers like me, instructors emphasize the proper handling techniques of a gun for the shooter's confidence and personal safety.
For loading it, you're going to take your magazine once it's loaded, pick the gun up like we just talked about, flip it over so you can see where that magazine goes in, insert the magazine, like so. You'll feel it click and it locks in place. Grab the gun on the top of the slide here, pull back on it, and let it go forward, and you'll chamber your first round and be ready to shoot. Flip it down, all the way, just a little bit of that trigger finger, and squeeze it. Remember, get those elbows straight. Take your time, nice and easy.
Owning guns for hunting, sport, and personal protection has long been Texas tradition. Gun owners here say despite recent tragedies with shootings in the U.S., owning a firearm is their Second Amendment right, and they're adamant about protecting it.
Ginger Vaughn, CCTV, Houston.